Don't think I'm on the correct one, y'all. Okay. I'm going to see if I can redirect everybody there. I got a lot to learn about this. Okay, let's see. Anyway. Oh dear. Let's see if I can pull this up. All right. I think that, anyway. Let me go to my channel, go to my videos, and I have my grandson in here. I'm going to say, hey.
Hello.
Oh, dear. All right, just bear with me. I had to begin another one, so go back to my channel and you will see that I've started another live stream period. Okay, let's see. I'm going to share. Can't really edit that. Copy that. I see what you said, Maddie. We're not the best of friends. Me and technology is true. I admit it. Oh, I see another Hi, Nina. Whoa. And look, he brought me a piece of candy. Hand me a tube of paint right there. This one. Hey, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I'm not good at technology. I think that whenever I schedule my streams, I've been scheduling them to use something like OBS. Thank you, Nina. And the something broadcast software, but I'm not using that software. I'm using my webcam. So anyway, I gotta figure this out. Yeah. I'll go to the Happy Little Forest, and unless some of y'all can some of you guys post that in the Happy Little Forest and anywhere else, please. But I have Jacob in here with me today. Jacob, you want to say hey again? I think you did earlier, but this is hey. Jacob. And so, thanks, Diane. Y'all, Diane's my daughter. Okay. We're in beginners group. Yes. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for your patience. It's kind of like, yeah, I know it's a little comical whenever I can't get on. Oh, thank you, Nina. All right, let's move that for just, I might can work around it. So what I've got here, y'all, is I've got my black canvas. And what I did is I put black gesso all over it. And then I put this tape on it. Okay. So I wanted a good coat of black gesso. I didn't want a scratchy coat. Y'all know me. You know that I don't always do a super good coat because I know that it doesn't matter. It's going to get covered. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Peggy. I had to start a new one. I mean, it's my fault, I'm sure. But anyway, this is one idea. This was a Dreams on Canvas course, and I happen to be teaching it soon on one of my travel trips. So I thought, you know what? This is a good practice for me. So there's my, I'm going to be looking at that because we know Bob, he looked at paintings while he was, teaching, kind of didn't tell you that. He would act like he was just dreaming it up right then. Oh, y'all just keep on bragging on me. I'll pay you later. So today went to a ball game. Yeah, you did, Maddie. Went to a ball game, and then we came back, and we've been thinking that our goats, we've got a particular goat that we've been thinking is going to have a baby at any time, or babies. We hope it's more than one. And so Jimmy thought that it was really, really close, but so far not. But I love y'all, but if my goat had been kidding, then I might not be here. Y'all know what's happened to me so far about the goats? Okay, and then the Happy Little Forest, that's by the way, that's a group that if you're one of my Happy Little Forest critters, that's part of your home. It's in that Facebook group. But anyway. So back to the goats. We have to keep the important things on the front burner here. Thank you, Diane. Okay, so, but mostly Diane, that my paintwithfaye.com, that would be fabulous. Diane is a mod today. I have a few moderators, and appreciate that because I cannot always see the comments, etc. And but anyway, they're just kind of gonna help you guys if you have any questions, if anybody's new. So far I don't see, thanks Nina, I don't see anybody I don't know yet, but I know that I kind of made a mistake. So a lot of the ones that's been waiting on is probably like, where's she at? Hey Sally, how are you doing? Long time no see. Sally's a CRI from Switzerland. I used to love at the international reunions. I love to go to Sally's table. She had lots of really cool things. All right, y'all. So, gonna get my liquid clear. I thought I was. What a day. It's been cray. Oh, really, Maddie? Okay. Now, is the manufacturer is well, anyway, the manufacturer is in the USA, but the England throws me a bit. I don't know. I don't know all that stuff. I'm gonna grab a kind of a used 1-inch brush, put it in my liquid clear, like so, and come in and do my dabs. kind of smear this. I like to kind of dot it all around. Do you like your paint though, Maddie? Don't trust the English. Oh, you guys, we got enough drama these days. Keep all that European drama over there. All right, so I put all these little dots on there. And gonna come in here with my 1-inch brush and do some little Xy strokes or crisscrosses, as Bob would call it. Now you don't get to see Bob do this in the actual his video. He has it ready to go. Okay, so y'all see how I got kind of close to the edge? Oh yeah, okay. I know everybody's does it differently, but I have like you do, Sally, so many students. So my brushes, some of them will get kind of worn down over time, and I'll use those sometimes. So now what I'll do is kind of load my brush up from what I've got in here and pull from the outside in. And this is one of my canvases I've reused. Don't tell anyone. Okay. So this way, by doing it this way, hey, Jimmy. By doing it this way, I'm pulling from the outside in. I'm not running that brush under that edge. Okay. Hey, Jacob, would you turn that ceiling fan on? The other light switch over there. Yeah. So anyway, back to the goat story. Oh, Luke says hello to Jacob. Oh, hello, Luke. Yeah, get over here and say something. Get over here and hello. Okay. You want to say hi, Lisa, really quickly? Okay. All right. So we have grandkids from all the way across the United States from each other saying hi. So hope you guys don't mind. Get over there. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now, so I put that really thin coat of liquid clear. There's a glare in there. That's a little better. Okay. So I'm going to get paper towel. You got the bright red. It's so firm. Okay, look at that. I already have a blue fingernail. They say that's stylish some places. All right. I'm just going to use this now and just wipe the excess off. Sorry, y'all. Y'all see Bob? Bob's over there in his little succulent garden. These are the only succulents I don't kill. They're $1 from, anyway. Okay, stand back. Sit back, baby girl. Okay, and it's okay if this happens. All right. Just getting excess off. Now, some people get the excess off a different way. Look, they'll put a paper towel up there. They'll do this. And I actually like this idea. I'm just in the habit of doing it the other way so much. But they come in and then they do this. Okay. All right. Which is good because then you clean your excess off of your brush. Yes, that's 2-inch tape. Well, you know how it is with masking tape? It's never exactly 2 inches or an inch, is it? It might be with this. But you can do this and then you are getting the excess off of your brush and off of your canvas. All right, so that leaves enough. Oh, hey, Judy. All right, so we got Judy, Tammy, Diane, Jimmy, Maddie, Sally. If I left anybody out, I'm sorry. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a little bit of my phthalo blue, all right, and a little bit of sap green, and bring that over here. This is going to have a mixture of phthalo blue and sap green all over it. Don't bump it. Okay, this is a family affair today. I'm going to come in and do X's all in here. Okay. Then I'm going to come off the outer part. La, la, la. Get a little bit more of that same mix. Okay. I'm not going to keep on picking it up. So Peggy, Judy, oh my goodness, the gang's all here. Okay. Get a little bit of my excess off here. And then pull from the outside in. That gives you kind of an idea of what color it is. Okay. Oh, so Alisa and Jacob might be riding the four-wheeler shortly. Ooh, you might want to get in on that, baby.
Oh.
Oh. You better go. Okay. A little bit more of that mixture. I'm going to put it down here. All right. And see, I'm just using that same old brush. Hi, Andy. So anyway, we have goats. We're not like really goat farmers, but we mostly love them as pets, but we use them for milk. And what happened is on my trip a week or so ago, they waited till I got on the airplane and then had their babies. Some of them did. Okay, so that was not cool. Not at all. And so now we have one that's due to kid any minute now. So I was kind of hoping that she didn't kid during the time I'm supposed to be on here. All right, so I'm going to lay that brush down and I'm going to grab a newer 1-inch brush and I'm just going to use this one right here. Okay. All right. And get my titanium white. And then I want to talk to you really quickly about this because we're going to find the horizon line. Your horizon line on this is way up there. The base coat is a thin layer. Yeah, it's, you know what? Let me check it real quick so you can see. Touch it, touch it. So when I touch it, that's how much comes off. It's not like coated. All right. Okay. So look where my horizon line is. It's way up here. Okay. So I could even come in and just go, and I have to make the sound because that's how to make it work. All right, I'm going to set that down where I can see it. Okay. And now, let's see. Going to come right in here with my titanium white on here and just bounce around in the sky. You see how I've left lots of dark areas. I'm going to wipe my brush a little bit because I want to pick up a little bit more white. And so when I'm doing something like this, I want to make sure that I have got the whitish color up against the tape. All right. Like if you leave a big open spot next to that, then when you pull off the tape, then you might have like, because you have this black here, you might have a big black spot. And we don't really want that. Okay. So let's see here. Hang on just a second. I'm going to handle something real quick. Okay. All right. And then wiping this. All right. Let's see if I'm missing any comments. Come on out, okay. Go on out there and see what Papa Jimmy wants. Okay. Oh, yeah. Grab your purse. Take your purse and close the door. Okay. Bye, baby.
Bye.
Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. Here we go. Wipe, wipe. Now, I'm going to go in here and do these extras. Hold my brush kind of like so. And you guys can, probably paint this later. Not, I might be going too fast for paint along, but I put the supplies in there so you guys can do it later. And I'm going to actually step back and see what it looks like, okay? Because I've got a glare here, and I want the glare to go away. I want to be able to see beyond the glare. All right, hang on. I think I want a little bit more bright stuff. Now, whenever I did this one, I did not put as much sap green in it. Look at the difference. So you can kind of decide if you want more phthalo blue or more sap green. All right. So in a place or two, I want a little bit brighter. So I go within what I've got already. I just can't help it. I'm teaching instead of demoing, I guess. Gonna wipe my brush because I just kind of dab it up there in little areas because I'm doing what I call highlight the highlights. Okay. Then that helps me leave some areas the same brightness I had them before. Okay, that way we have different levels. All right, now I'm going to stop. Let's see. Maybe I could use a little color there so I don't have the thing I was telling you about. And then we're going to go in with our fan brush and we're going to dab in some fuzzy tree trunks. So it's kind of funny because when I taught this before, let me show y'all. This is one of my Dreams on Canvas courses, okay? And so what I do is I break down a big painting into little lessons. And these are the lessons, all right? So this was the first one I did. And you see the fuzzy trees? So I had a guy really take issue with me, but he had not, really looked at everything, because he's like, those tree trunks look fuzzy. And I said, well, if you watch Bob, he does say that they're kind of fuzzy or hairy. And the way I'm going to do that is I have a number 3 fan. Pull and flip and pull. Going to come right in here. And I'm just going to hold it like this and tap. And that does make them fuzzy. But, there are some fuzzy trees out there. All right. So anyway. All right. Then I know my waterfalls can start right about here. So I really don't want to put a tree that looks like it grows right out of the middle. So how about I'll put it like this. This is just midnight black on a fan. And I kind of reload it after every one. And I want you to see that I'm not keeping these, like they're not all the same distance apart. Like here, that's a little wider. And then over here, I'm going to vary them even more. Maybe I'll skip a little bit and I'll put one here. And he's a little chunkier maybe. When I used to have kid classes, I would say that, what was it? That tree had a few too many biscuits or something like that. They thought it was funny. Diane might remember that. She used to help me with my kid classes long ago. All right. So let me think. Maybe I'm going to have one that goes this way. Okay? Because in my world, I've got a forest full of some pretty, regular trees. But then, how we all have that one friend. So that's what that is. That's all about that one friend that just kind of has to lean a little bit. All right. So how about I get a liner brush and some paint thinner and my trusty little cup. I'm going to thin some black. I'm going to make some tree branches. Now, one of the things that I talk to my students about is we got to think beyond the canvas. You got to think of what's above, what's over to the side, not just what you see in that canvas. All right. So I've got my liner brush and my paint thinner. I'm going to drop this on the back side of my midnight black. And I do that because I don't want to try to thin the whole pile. So you see how I'm putting that on the back side here? I'm going to tilt it. I don't want it to run off. Okay? And I don't want a ton of liquid clear on this. You know what you could use? You could use liquid black. That would be a good thing if you got liquid black. I didn't think of it, or I would have. All right. Got that nice and thin right there. Remember how Bob would say, thin like ink. Roll it, and then I'm going to come up here, and maybe this tree that's a little sideways, maybe he's got a limb that kind of goes off of here. This one goes this way. But think about what's up here. If this tree keeps up here, then there's a limb that comes this way. It's really important, Maddie, you might remember me talking about that it's important that we talk about what's going on up there on this. Or what happens is they'll look like all of their branches start about there, but no limbs coming down from up there. It's just I think it's it's like a really small thing that makes a lot of difference. Okay. La la la. I come off of those trees and do it. Now, Bob would come from the outside and go in. But what happens is that, and when he does that, he can actually travel a lot further. I've just kind of stayed in the habit of coming from the trunk out. And I think what happened, the reason is because when I'm teaching, it's safer for my students, if we just kind of start on the outside and come out. So, but you know what? You do what you want to because it is your world, as Bob would say. All right. Almost done. Don't want to skimp. Don't want to skimp. Now, these are going to be back in the background. So if you're taking one of my classes and we're doing this part and then I see you like, oh dear, my limbs look bad. Well, this is just the backdrop. And it's okay if they're not perfect. It's good if they're not perfect, okay? You don't really want them hanging in midair or anything, but you just want to kind of realize that perfection can be kind of stiff and uncomfortable, okay? All right, so let's go in and let's make some grass. So the grass I'm going to do is going to sort of come at a little bit of a slope, and I'm going to work my way in, and it'll look like I just cover up my entire waterfall. Okay, but I won't. And I think I'm gonna crank up this big old 2-inch brush so I can make this pretty quickly, and not only make it kind of quickly, but make it softer. When you have a small brush, you make a lot of different little, indentations. Every time you touch, there's a stroke. And so on a small canvas, it is good to use a smaller one probably because it doesn't get out of control as easily. However, when you're on a big one, try to use a bigger brush so that you can make a softer, kind of a softer touch as you go along. All right, I'm going to put a little black on my brush. And then I'm going to come over here into some of my sap green. I love the texture of the paints now. Amazing. My friend Nick has done a wonderful job. I'm so thankful. And then I'm going to come right in here, and I can see where I probably am going to want some liquid white here in a little bit. Let's see what I can get done with this. Okay. So when I come in and I load this, I look at that dark. A lot of times, Bob would have a dirty brush already before he went in there and did that, you know. So I kind of mimicked that, having a dirty brush by putting a little bit of that black on there. Okay. And we already have that thick paint under here, or the thin coat of the thick paint. And hey, Luke. And so anyway, we've got that under there. So I'm gonna get my brush. Look at that. I really like what I've got on the end of the brush. All right. Yes. Is there a way to include that? You know what? I can post that drawing somewhere if Diane will send it to me. All right. Okay, so I'm going to come in and get a little bit more green. And then I'm just going to tap that a little bit to get that little ridge there. All right, so let's just stop talking about it, Faye, and let's do it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to come right along here. And I think my little waterfall is going to start right about here. So I'm going to come like this. And look how I went over the waterfall a little bit. But that's better. Okay. That's better than staying away from it. Okay. Now, without reloading, because I didn't do a lot there, come in here like this. So see how I kind of wanted that gentle slope. All right. And I'm going to come down. And as I work down, okay, look how I've left a little bit of dark in here. All right. And that's a good thing. All right. I love this color I've got. It's like really popping out really well. Okay. So in my world, I think I'll pull this a little bit over that way. I want to make the waterfall a lot smaller than we think it's going to be. So I'm going to start going this way. La, la, la. Okay. Now I'm going to reload again. A little bit more. All right. So I would really like to make it to 1,000 subs. I am so close. So please, if you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. Hit that notification bell, all that stuff. Now, as I come here, I'm going to make them a little shorter because we want this to look like it's going this way, then it's going to move this way, and then this way. So this is shorter while that's longer. Then this is getting longer while that gets shorter. It'll just kind of trade off here and there. Okay, maybe I'll grab a tiny bit of my ochre. Who knows? Okay. Oh, I like that. Look how it's a wee bit brighter there. But every time I go back and forth, and I'm leaving that little bit of dark in there, that shows depth. It shows distance. So y'all should have seen this screaming grandma at that ball game. I hate it that we didn't win, but that's okay. There's next time. Okay, now let's come in here. La, la, la. And here. You know what? I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to highlight that too. I'm afraid I'm going to run out of room if I keep doing this, right? If I'm not careful. All right, now as I come down, I'm going to make these a little shorter. And it's going to get really short here. Okay. Hi, Eric. Hey there. All right. Come in. How about we come in? Let's see. Maybe I'll make this come out right about here. And okay, I'm going to stop here in a minute because I really want to work on the waterfall. So I'm going to grab my fan. I think I'm going to use a number 3. Oh, good. Luke subscribed to me. Cool beans. Hit that subscribe button. I'm getting just a little phthalo blue because I know there's a lot of green up there. So I'm going to sneak. I'm going to pull a little sneaky. I'm going to come in and scrub some of this blue right in this area. Now, that's not the way I'm painting it. I'm just underpainting. I want a little more blue. I'm just going to do it down here too. All right, y'all just bear with me. Okay, now I'll wipe my brush. Oh, okay. Well, maybe he'll be finished in time for me to share it. Okay, no pressure, Luke. I'm going to, well, I'll lay this down. There you go. That's what I'll do. I'll scan it and put it in the happy little forest. Okay, so I went and got another brush. I'm going to have a bunch to clean, but that's okay. I'll pretend it's a painting class. All right. Now, I'm going to come in and I'm going to get some of this titanium white. I'm going to show you how I do this. Okay, so I'm going to, I think I'll have a tiny little waterfall here that goes like that. And by the way, if you're in my happy little forest, I have been doing a series on waterfalls. Short little waterfalls, how they tumble down, splash, and then how you put in highlight and splashes and then move on to the next waterfall. So I'm having fun with that. I've kind of had waterfalls on my mind. All right, and now I'm going to come right under that and scooch back and forth. I'm going to go in that little nook and cranny or cranny there, and then I'm going to go down over that way. All right, and then and you have to make the sound. I will know if you're not okay, Bob will know. He's the one that said you got to make the sound. Okay, I can tell I'm going to need some white. And I think I want a little liquid clear. I want to show you guys if you get a little liquid clear, your waterfall can flow easier. Get myself some white. Okay. Uh-oh, sorry about losing the audio. Jimmy probably wishes he could lose the audio. Okay, gonna get a little bit of clear. Put it on my palette. Just a little. Because this is really good for making your waterfalls. It helps you to thin your white paint. And it helps to really make that splash sparkle. So you can't see it, but it's here. And I'm going to come right in and pull some of that. And maybe brighten that film. Oh my, look at that. See how that helps? Also, a light touch helps. All right. So then I'm going to come right under that. And now after I scoochie back, scooch back and forth because I'm making it look like the water is kind of dancing around maybe. There needs to be another waterfall because we don't want this to look straight up and down. So I'll come right along here. Do that. All right. And then again here. All right. And then I load up my brush and I come right under that and I'll go Hope you guys are helping me do that. Now it'll mix with that green just a little bit. A scooch. Is that what we're talking about? Or no tailing. Now we'll go into and put a few little rocks in here. All right. But now I'm using the belly of that brush too. Okay, get a little bit more. I want different levels of light and dark. I don't want all bright, okay? Especially up here appears to be our water or light source, correct? Oops. So if that's our light source, then it might be brighter up there. Let me make that a little brighter since I said that. Let me put a little splash there. Okay. But look how I go in and leave some dark. And I'm going to come right here. I think I need a waterfall right here. Okay. Right here. Like that. That's kind of, you know what? I'm doing that thing where I don't keep things level. Don't laugh at me. I know a lot of you guys in my happy little, yeah, isn't that cool, Eric? A lot of the guys in my happy little forest give me a wee bit of a hard time. Andy, Maddie, and then Brian, who's not on here. They're just teasing. They're kind of outnumbered by the ladies out in the group. But we all treat it. You know what? I want to tell you guys, my happy little forest group is the sweetest, kindest group ever. So, shout out to my forest critters. They are super, super nice. I'm going to come in and take that, push that, and of course that is my subscribed people because I have a membership, and some people are kind of some people don't really understand. Yeah, babbling brook. You're Mr. Nice Guy, except when you talk about my battle with technology. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so yeah, here's what Maddie does. Maddie sits there because we're on our Zoom meeting, right? And so we're in our Zoom meeting, and I do something kind of goofy, and he's like this. And then one time I said something like, I talk a lot, Hey, Rick's in my forest too. But I said something about that I talk a lot. And he goes, you do talk a lot, but we still love you. Oh my goodness. So funny. It's like the best Facebook group ever. All right, I'm going to come right in here now because I have an area that I really want to kind of make it look like it pulls up a little there. Okay. So I did the little horizontal strokes to make it look like it pulls up a little, but I want a few little splashes along the way. So see how I put a splash or two. La, la, la. But anyway, having what do you call it? Like a subscription. I'm really sorry. Is that how you say it? I'm sorry. Blame it on my inability to work a YouTube stream. I think I figured out what I did wrong. I think that whenever I scheduled it as if I were going to be using OBS streaming software, and I wasn't. I was going to use my webcam, and it wouldn't go live until I configured my OBS software, and I don't know how to do that. I used to do it on Twitch, but I lost that knowledge. And so I had to go and do a whole new one. I'm really sorry. I will try to figure that out before I do this again. Okay. So welcome, Ree. Hey, Peggy. Now, Rick was down in New Smyrna Beach and he took a class in the Bob Ross workshop. And then he went home and he found me on the internet and he joined the Happy Forest. I'm sorry again. Forgive me. Okay. So let's come along here. I think I'm just going to run over that and make that a little waterfall there. And then I wonder if any of my followers are really good at this stuff to where they could kind of help me. I know I have one gal that probably helped me. I'll have to talk to her. She used to follow me from when I was on Twitch. All right, so now I'm going to start doing this. You know what? I've got a big gap there. Why do I have a big gap? Let's fix that. I'm going to close that in. Okay, so a subscription, what I'm doing is so different. And so, a lot of people don't really understand that, but a lot of people are, and they're joining and they're loving my, it's like I give you personal attention and feedback. We all can use feedback from a professional in, the fields of stuff that we're trying to learn. You know what I mean? And so I ventured out. I went out on a limb and I started a subscription, which is like less than I think 65 cents a day. It's way less than $1 a day. And we meet we meet with Zoom lessons. This Tuesday we're going to paint wood grain. And if you miss it, thank you, Maddie. If you miss the Zoom, now the last time I did a Zoom, because me and technology, but I think what happened is I got Cy to make that new Zoom. She went in and made all my Zooms from now on till the April one. And I don't think it was set to record. Okay. But my intention is to always save those so you guys can go if you're at work and you can't join the Zoom call. We usually have 10 or 11 people on Zoom. It is so fun. But if you can't do it, then you can join later and you can do it. So what we're going to do this Tuesday, because I take requests, and one of the guys requested that we paint wood grain. So we're going to paint on a 16, or y'all can do whatever. I'm going to do a 12 by 16 canvas. We're going to paint wood grain. And, oh, cool, Tammy. Okay, good. And so we're going to let it dry. And then the next week, we'll go in and put something over it, okay, instead of trying to do it all at once. So I am so excited about that. We've not done one that was continued from week to week yet. That's new. So we're going to see. But, I get all this wonderful input, and that helps me make videos for the forest and all that. So, okay. So I told you guys we're going to have a few rocks along the way. And you know what? I think I need to use my small knife. I think Bob did use a small knife, or anyway, in this one I did. I've got to hurry too. I just get to talking and instructing. So I've got a number 5 knife. I'm going to come right in here because I think I'll put a rock there. And I think maybe, I think a rock would probably look pretty good here. I'm going to try not to make it be the same shape, as the knife. That can be a challenge. So when I come in and I do this, it's over that. Okay. And then I know I need to have a rock right. I think I'll plant a rock right here. So by putting these rocks in, that really, really helps to show depth. Like that water now is behind that rock. Okay. Yay! Thank you, Rick. I'm so glad. So glad. I was excited. I wanted to pass out business cards down there, but I didn't want to be, I don't do everything right for sure, but I do try to, goodness, just try to do the right thing. And I didn't want to go in. And even though Nick had my website up there on the board, I just didn't want to be that person. Go in there and say, here. I do hope I get to go down there soon. All right, so there's my swirly color. All right, I mixed a little bit of the 2 browns and a little bit of white. And I'm going to come right in here and very lightly highlight the tops of these. And leave dark, Don't cover all of that. Leave a little dark. That looks like shadow. Rick, what painting class did you take? Was it the beach that had, like it was a long line of beach with the water lines right along it? All right, let's see here. What to do next? I think it's time for a big waterfall. All right. All right, let's see. Yep, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So in my world, I'm going to make I'm looking at my painting over here. I'm going to make the bottom of my pool right about here. I came down a little lower on this one than I did on my original. Thanks, Eric. Yeah, I think my biggest fear, not really a fear, is that y'all are going to learn to paint so good. Not gonna leave. All right, so this is where my waterfall is going to land, okay? All right, so I'm going to come in from this way and go like that. And then maybe, I'm going to come this way. I actually really want it to look like this water is coming from that direction, not coming necessarily from over there. There we go. There's that. And see how I left it kind of hairy at the bottom? Okay. Yes, Nina too. She has really hit on to me, the Happy Little Forest is not complete until you can get in the Facebook group. And a lot of my people that's in the Facebook group have gotten to be friends outside of the group and encourage each other. And man, what an encouragement to me. All right, so there's that. And I think I'm going to pause a second and put a rock in there. Okay. But like I had one gal that just started not too long ago, and she took the course where she was painting the what was that? Island Paradise. Okay. And Island Paradise, is Bob's, and it's pretty complicated little thing. And when she first started, she really struggled with the seascapes, but she just turned in her project for evaluation because I evaluate them after every lesson. Then I give you an evaluation, show you what all you can fine tune And so, my goodness, what an improvement. She's happy too. Okay, so there is a rock there. And now I'm going to come in from this other side. Remember that liquid clear? Of course, it's liquid and it's flowing down, but I need some of that. I need to make sure I have that because this is where you got to really kind of be careful. All right, we're going to come right along here now and go and come right along that there. I like that. But I was holding my breath a little. Hi, Yvette. Yvette, I'm goofed up. You might be able to tell me how to go live on here. All right. I went in and I didn't go live correctly. That's why a lot of people couldn't find me. I gave that a little wiggle, y'all. If you're not careful, you can wiggle it to where it almost looks like the hair on the Sphinx, like that. So you want to not overdo the wiggle. All right. And then come in like this. Okay. All right. So there's that. Now, what I'm going to do down here real quickly so you kind of see where I'm going is swish this in without touching it very much. Okay. I don't want to lose that gorgeous dark. Okay. So there's that. And now I'm going to come under that. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. That was a fun one. All right, I'm going to get the white on here and come right under and make a few splashes. And then come forward. I always like to tidy up the bottoms of the splashes and then move forward. And come in here. Then I just kind of smooth that a little bit. There we go. That's pretty good. You want to think about how strong a splash that would be from that height. You know, from the height of here to there, how much of a splash would you have? I think I need I've worn this one a little bit. Okay, so what I did, Yvette, is I went in and I scheduled my stream, but I think I scheduled it as if I were going to use OBS software, and I don't use OBS. I was just going to use my webcam. So when it came time to stream, I couldn't because it was saying you've got to use your OBS software, and when you get it configured, then you can hit the go live button, but the go live button was grayed out. So I had to go and create, which I was glad it didn't make me wait. You know, it let me do it because in the beginning I had to do this 24 hours ahead of time, or I couldn't. In the beginning I couldn't. Then I had to wait 24 hours. This time though, it let me go in and do it. So I just need to go watch some YouTube videos about how to stream on YouTube. Thank y'all for your patience with me because that's not my forte. Let's look at this. Let me stand back. Always helps to look back. Let me stand back. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. All righty. So I think I'm going to come over this side a little bit with my grasses, and I'll use my big brush again. I don't know. I might use a small one. You know what? I'm going to use a small because I've got a little curve to make there. And let's see. I'll get a little bit of that dark, kind of darken it up. Come over here and get my sap green. And then this cat yellow. All right. And then I'm going to come right over this. And let's actually really load that brush a little better, get that little ridge on there. There we go. Because I want this to kind of come over that. Here we go. Okay. Right. I just saw a text come in from Diane with Luke's drawing. I can't really look right now, but I will. All right. And then there was a wee bit of a little bit of rock over there too. So in my classes, when my students are painting rocks, I'm so cheesy. Tell them they're rock stars. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Maybe let's just have a rock here. Highlight that baby. Okay, then I'm going to come under that. Uh-oh, Eric, I don't know. Why? Oh, you don't, Yvette? Okay. Yikes, I don't know about the robot sounds. Hopefully I haven't turned into a robot. I'm going to come right in here. I think I'm going to throw a tad of this yellow ochre just so it'll look a wee bit on the different side. Okay. Okay, maybe a little more. Now I'm going to be taking this tape off here in a minute, so I don't need to get too perfect over there because I'm going to rip it off. Okay, so let's see what else. I know I'm also going to have a tree. You know what? Let's make a little bit of dirt over there. Just a little bit. Let's let some of that dirt. Down here we call it dirt. All right, so I'm in South Georgia, and I guess I'm a country girl. My mom and daddy, we sure didn't live in the city. We didn't live in the city. We lived on my mom and dad's nursery. So we had plants. And we grew a lot of plants and sold a lot of plants. Like they said, one of my first words was podocarpus. Okay. And they started that when I was 3, the actual business. And so I knew what a podocarpus was, which is a Japanese Y-E-W. All right, I'm going to have to get more yellow too. And I actually need, like I told y'all, I need some liquid white that I need because I needed to lighten that. I'm being lazy. But before I do that, I'm going to grab my fan and I'm going to go in and put I'm going to clean this up real quick. I'm going to put a big old tree in there. Just kind of went in there and kind of tidied that up. Yeah, I love it too. I love it too. I had some lady that's near me. She's like, I really would love to do that if you do that as a local class. And I said, well, a lot of my local people actually became forest members, and a lot of them have done my course of this. So I'm like, I don't know when I'll teach it locally again. But if I knew any of my locals did want to do this, if I had enough, I would do it because I love it too. Now, I made a big tree there. And when you do this, you don't try to avoid the trees you made before. And I want to show y'all something you may feel really weird about when I show you this because I was a little skittish, but I loved it. Go in there. The first time I did it, and I like to flare them out just a little bit. And I can always go in and put my grass at the bottom. It needs a cap. And hey, don't say that word. But this bark, the bark I'm going to put on these is going to be so cool. So this is like these being more illuminated. It's like those back there being a little bit more illuminated. All right, so I'm going to come right along here, and this tree is going to live right here. And look, I think I'll probably end up making, that's probably going to be part of it, which is fine. That's the way it goes. You'll have a favorite cloud, and you'll be so proud of that cloud. And then the mountain goes right over it every time. Every time. So I'm going in and pushing more color in there. Sometimes I'll even load my brush and kind of come up from the bottom if I have to. See how that made it darker? But I'm going to highlight it a lot. All right, now y'all remember too, remember the weird looking branches. All right, let me put the roots here. Now down here we say roots, we don't say roots, okay? Roots is probably more, correct, but we just aren't always correct. All right, there, that's not a bad looking one. I think maybe it does need to grow a little this way because that's a pretty big tree. Okay, liner brush, paint thinner, liner brush. There it is. Y'all remember how I made the thin, and I told you could use liquid black. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to use liquid black. Liquid black. You know what I would like to do, Nina? I would like to get Diane certified. I'm going to close this very tightly and then shake this. This is liquid black. Okay. Because this is going to really help you with your tree limbs. All right. Yeah. So you can prove that they were there, right, Tammy? It's kind of like a fish that got away story, Like I hooked this big fish, and they're like, yeah, sure. But see, with a progressive photo, you can say, see, and they cannot dispute it. Then I'll put that down and put my lid on here. All right. And y'all, I am really working on a newsletter. I have an assistant. She's really awesome. And so I gave her all the stuff that goes in thank you, all this stuff that goes in the newsletter. And she's like, that's a lot. And I said, well, we'll pace it. We need to pace it out. And, since I started the subscription thing, I had to get a new website. I'm just like restructuring the whole business in a lot of ways. You know what? We'll do our highlights and then we'll come in. All right. So when we highlight the trees, we're going to use bright red mixed with titanium white for the insides or from the right hand sides of the tree. Okay. So, all right. And I'm going to put this white right next to that one. All righty. Now, on the left side of the tree, I'm just going to show y'all. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Look how textured that is. And look at that reddish tinge and the blue here. Okay. All right. Seems a little strange, but it's a good idea. It's really good. It makes it look so good. All right. There's my painting safely over there. I hope it doesn't fall forward on me. And I'm going to grab my small knife. You know what? I'm going to live on the edge. No, I'm going to use the big one because these are big trees and I really need to make tracks. All righty. And I'm going to scoop up this liquid clear that's running all over. Okay, and then I'm going to flatten this a little bit. This is that good old thick titanium white, and get a little bit, just a little. Be careful, okay? Be careful. Don't set your trees on fire. Bright red. Okay, so I'm going to stop with that. I like it that I have a few streaks, and I'm going to come right along here, get a little bit like that, or like that, as Bob would say, and I'm going to come right in here, and hopefully you can see this. I really think I could use a little bit more. So, hold my breath and get more. That looks scary, doesn't it? But what this does is it shows the warmth from the sunlight. I would absolutely love it. I want to get summer finished. Also, my daughter Summer, she has one certification class in, but COVID happened and she got pregnant with Raven. And I just saw them this morning at a ball game. Came home very quickly, went by and got Jimmy some lunch quick, and then y'all see how I'm just kind of touching that and pulling off? Okay, and it still doesn't have enough red in it. Isn't that crazy? Now, I'm really cautious about that. I'm cautious about a lot of things. A little bit of a worrywart sometimes. I don't know, worrywart, that's the word, but all right, let's make it a little redder. I don't try to usually just barge in. I have to be really sure of what I want to say before I barge in. Here we go. A little bit on the bright side. I almost feel like I want to put a little bit of my midnight black in it, which of course had some green. Hear the ice maker going. Yes, teacher. Okay, yep, Peggy knows. Peggy knows how to behave in class, don't you, Peggy? I start my class out and I'm so nice, but I tell them really nicely, don't talk when I'm talking. Don't talk when I'm giving instruction, because then you can't hear and your neighbor can't hear. You know, just courtesy. And then Peggy knows that she's got to say, yes, teacher. Not really. Okay, so I just kind of keep doing this, touching vertically and all. And then when I come down here, like right in here, coming right up against that one, but I'm going to come right on down and highlight that side of that root. Root. Okay, then as I work around, I want to just tell you, this does take some patience. This does. By the way, if you're in the pea pod level, just want to give you a heads up. I want a meeting with you guys. I think Cy sent out the Zoom, and we'll talk about that. We'll do that after our little class on Tuesday. That's my pea pod level people. So if you can be there, that would be awesome, because we're coming up on the end of the month. And I just want to kind of talk to y'all. Now, the other side, teacher's pet, oh my goodness, there they are. They're going at it again. That's funny. Oh, in my classes at home, there's some that are just determined that Peggy is the teacher's pet. Now I'm mixing. I had some of that white and blue. Get a little bit of phthalo blue now. Whew. Gonna cut across. And maybe I'll come in here. Now, when I do this, this is on the left side because it's in shadow. So I'll snug up to some of that red, and I don't want to make these all super, super, super uniform. Okay. All right. Maybe I do want a little bit of that midnight black just to tone it down. Just a little. It might look a little severe. Kind of might be. I'll just say, you know what? I'm making this brighter so y'all can see it. Oh, it really looks way, way, way. Okay, Eric. Bye, Eric. Have a great day. Stay in the forest. Okay, so anyway, these are super bright, but they look way brighter on y'all's end. Sorry about that. I guess it's my lighting. All right, so there's that. Touch, touch, touch. Gonna come on down the tree. And I'm gonna turn my knife a little bit like this. All right. Whew. Okay, let me step back. It is a lot brighter on the screen. Sorry, guys. Luke is downstairs. Oh, good. Okay, now let's see what else to do. I'll put a little bit of I'm going to do something, y'all. Just bear with me. That's so bright. Make it a little bit on the darker side. Let's see if that helps turn the lights off a little. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. It's not as bright as it looks, and I don't want to spend too much time. But remember that liquid black? I'm going to grab my liner and roll that like so. And I'm going to come right along here. Where do I want to branch? I'm going to have one come right along here and then go. Meow. All right, I do have like a little perfect elbow there, don't I? Okay. All right. So where else? Where else? Oh, up here. Let's have one that comes up from up here. Maybe we have one that kind of wraps around. That would be kind of normal. They don't all just live on the side. Some live on the side. Okay. And how about here? We'll have one coming off of that way from the middle here. La, la, la. Gotta hurry. I meant to only be in here about an hour doing this. Right. Hopefully all the goats haven't had their babies by now. They wait till I'm gone, I'm telling you. Branches. All right, maybe we'll have one that kind of comes off this way. I'm going to use my oval brush. I think I've got one in here. And go in and highlight some foliage on the trees. And then once I get done with that, I'm going to come down here. We're going to take the tape off. And I'm going to paint down here at the bottom. So we're almost done. About to wrap this baby up. I'm going to grab a little bit of my midnight black. Just going to use that for some foliage color. Nina, is your keyboard taking over? I just saw that. So if you get in here sometime and you hear my people saying, get in the forest, it is because they love it so much. Okay. So yeah, we're like super hospitable in the forest. Oh, let me grab a little bit more paint while I'm at it. A little bit of cad yellow might be all I really have to do. All righty. Got my lovely oval. Okay. Gonna come right in here. Pull, flip, and pull. I'm gonna kind of wiggle that paint into those. All right. And I'm gonna come right in and just tap a little foliage. And some of this foliage goes up over the tape. Okay. This is a good brush. It's like a big giant filbert, probably. Okay. Oh, you called Eric Rick. Hey, there's like a Rick in there, you know. Oh my. All right, let's put a little bit of foliage there. There's Rick and Eric is what I was trying to say. All right, maybe here. Always make sure you put a little bit of foliage over your trunks, okay? That is super, super important. I've got a lot of thick paint right here, guys, so I'm going to kind of do a little barkectomy. Ooh, now I got to cover it. Look how bad that looks. And put in a little bit of foliage right there. Right here. Okay. Where else? Let's see. I like that showing up right there. Where else? Oh, well. Let me just highlight them really quickly. I'm just going to wipe a little bit of the excess off my oval. Hey, Tammy, you just said something and retracted your message. You have to keep it clean now. Keep it G-rated. My grandbabies are on here. Get a little bit of that. I know you wouldn't do anything. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to come in and highlight them babies. Oh, yeah. All right, y'all. Now, whenever I think it was Eric said stay in the happy forest, I thought maybe we scared him and he was telling us to stay away. I'm kidding. Oh, I know, man. My mama did too. And then I did it. All right, I'm ready to get down there to the water at the bottom. Are you guys ready? All right. Okay. I'm going to come in and y'all ready for it? I call this the rip-off. Y'all ready for the rip-off? It's probably not the best kind of advertising for what I do, calling it a rip-off. But by the time I have them in there and we do the rip-off, I kind of have them hooked. Okay, so let's go in. Now down here at the bottom, I'm going to bring this out further. So the thing is that there's no liquid clear down here. All right. I'm just going to get, let me see. Just get a fan brush. Thank you, Nina. Little bit of phthalo blue. Tiny bit of sap green, because that's what's on there. Okay, and then I'm going to put this underpainting, and I'm going to move it on out. We're going to have some continuity, but I don't want to just make a real blunt ending here. That's about it. Maybe a little more over here. White cat, as Bob would say. Yeah, the big reveal. All right, now get a little bit of this dirty white and do this. Bring it off. Bring it down into that. And let's add a little bit more. I can tell already I need a little bit more of that sap green mixed in there because it's looking a little different. Not that much. Not that much sap green. That almost was uncomfortable. I'm going to actually come over here where I know I'm going to have other stuff come down. I'm just laying in some of that thick paint. And then maybe here. You'll see why. Okay. Not going all the way down to the bottom. All right, now let me come in there. Yeehaw. A little bit of white. Boy, I'm about out. Gonna see if I can get by with just that little bit of white. I used to tell my mama that I was a grown woman before I found out my name was not Aline, Larry, Tommy, Faye. Because by the time she got to my name, she was mad. Aline, Larry, Tommy, Faye. So yeah, I was a grown woman before I realized my name wasn't Aline, Larry, Tommy, Faye. I went a little far over there. Look at that. You can finger paint. All right. Let's go in. Maybe make a splash or two. A little bit less splash over here as you get away from the initial source. Very nice there. How about a 1 inch? And we'll just bring some of that foliage over. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. It has taken a little while. Now see how I just kind of pull this on out? Have it come right on out. Now this, y'all, was Bob's, what do you call it? Evening waterfall. And I did deviate a little bit. I don't always do, sometimes things happen. I don't get to do just like Bob. And might even forget something here or there. But yeah, this is a live version of Bob's Evening Waterfall. I wanted to make that kind of look like it's hanging over the, what do you call that? The water a little bit there. Okay, I gotta stop. It's getting out of control. So, what do you guys think? Thank you so much. I do have that one. Hey, you know what? Since you mentioned it, I'm going to show you what paintings come with it. All right. So my first lesson is this. You play around with the sky. You do a little bit of a waterfall, and you make fuzzy trees. Thanks, Ree. Is it Ree? Am I saying it right? So then the second one, I think. Oh, no, that's the third one. And there might be more than there. No, there are 4. Because the first lesson is all about using the gesso on the canvases and taping off canvases. This is the next one. Yeah. This is the next one. See how it is if you look up close, the bark. So you get to play around with that one. and you get to work with a little waterfall and a pool of water, and then that. But I love the white border. White border is the bomb on that one to me. And then this one is next to the last, because here you work a little bit with this, but you really work on the waterfall here and then down here. And then the last one is the big one. So by the time you get to that, you have had so much experience with it. And every time you do a lesson, you get feedback from me. So that's how that goes. So if you want to paint this lesson, or this course, you just go to my website, paintwithfaye.com, and scroll down. It's called a Dreams on Canvas course. Alrighty, y'all. I think that's it for today. Thank y'all for being here. I see I've got 13 now. If you have not subscribed yet, please do, because I'm trying hard to get to 1,000. Just 1,000. Just less than. Let me see how many I have. Let me see how many I have so far. There's me. I just found myself like I was sweating bullets, y'all. How many are we at? No, it's my fault you were late. I'm really, really sorry. I've got 990. So I need 10 more. All right. Bye, everybody. Let's see. Bye, Ree. Bye, Diane, Tammy, Yvette. Thanks, Yvette. Nina, Tammy, Maddie. I know Andy was in here earlier. I'm reading the ones I can see. Yes, I'll see you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. And I have a lot of brushes to clean. So happy painting and God bless, my friend. Bye.